A mobile app, or mobile application, is a software application developed specifically to run on small, wireless devices such as smartphones, tablets, and smartwatches, rather than on desktops or laptops. Mobile apps are built and updated based on the current and future limitations of each mobile device. However, they can also have special and unique functions. For example, an app can allow users to scan a QR code with their mobile phone camera. Mobile apps were initially intended to offer productivity support, retrieving contacts, scheduling emails, managing calendars. Their widespread appeal encouraged app publishers to create apps for a wide range of categories, including games, entertainment, social networks, and news. Fortunately, app development is made easier with the help of mobile development software. Android and iOS, Apple, are the most popular mobile operating systems. Users download free and paid apps via the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Paid apps must be paid for before users can download them from the App Store. The profit from such apps is split between the publishers and the App Store. On the contrary, free apps can be downloaded for free. The app creator uses app monetization strategies like in-app ads or in-app purchases to generate revenue. A mobile application, most commonly referred to as an app, is a type of application software designed to run on a mobile device, such as a smartphone or tablet computer. Mobile applications frequently serve to provide users with similar services to those accessed on PCs. Apps are generally small, individual software units with limited function. This use of app software was originally popularized by Apple Incorporated and its App Store, which offers thousands of applications for the iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch. Mobile applications are a move away from the integrated software systems generally found on PCs. Instead, each app provides limited and isolated functionality such as a game, calculator, or mobile web browsing. Although applications may have avoided multitasking because of the limited hardware resources of the early mobile devices, their specificity is now part of their desirability because they allow consumers to handpick what their devices are able to do. The simplest mobile apps take PC-based applications and port them to a mobile device. As mobile apps become more robust, this technique is somewhat lacking. A more sophisticated approach involves developing specifically for the mobile environment, taking advantage of both its limitations and advantages. For example, apps that use location-based features are inherently built from the ground up with an eye to mobile given that the user is not tied to a location, as on PC. Apps are divided into two broad categories, native apps and web apps. Native apps are built for a specific mobile operating system, usually iOS or Android. Native apps enjoy better performance and a more finely tuned user interface, UI, and usually need to pass a much stricter development and quality assurance process before they are released. Web apps are used in HTML5 or CSS and require minimum device memory since they're run through a browser. The user is redirected on a specific web page, and all information is saved on a server-based database. Web apps require a stable connection to be used. There are several types of apps currently available. Gaming apps, the equivalent of computer video games, they are among the most popular types of apps. They account for 1/3 of all app downloads and 3/4 of all consumer spending. Productivity apps, these focus on improving business efficiency by easing various tasks such as sending emails, tracking work progress, booking hotels, and much more. Lifestyle and entertainment apps, increasingly popular, these encompass many aspects of personal lifestyle and socialization such as dating, communicating on social media, as well as sharing, and watching, videos. Some of the most widely known apps such as Netflix, Facebook, or TikTok fall into this category. Other app types include mobile commerce, m-commerce, apps used to purchase goods online such as Amazon or eBay, travel apps that help a traveler in many ways, booking tours and tickets, finding their way through maps and geolocation, travel diaries, etc., and utility apps such as health apps and barcode scanners. If you're wondering what is a mobile app, These applications are software designed to run on a smartphone, computer, tablet or other electronic devices. Apps have a design intended for a specific function. Most apps relate to a business or service, but this is not true in all cases. For example, gaming applications often have no relation to a business as far as concerns the user. Developers can make money through apps by allowing advertisements, collecting revenue from the provider through app stores, charging the end user to download the app or providing purchasable extras, such as coins in a game or test retakes on a learning application. Businesses can use applications to increase revenue flow by using the app to market their brand and by offering easier access to products and services. For example, airlines often use mobile apps to allow customers to check in and purchase upgrades before arriving for their flight. A mobile application or app is a computer program or software application designed to run on a mobile device such as a phone, tablet, or watch. Mobile applications often stand in contrast to desktop applications which are designed to run on desktop computers, and web applications which run in mobile web browsers rather than directly on the mobile device. Apps were originally intended for productivity assistance such as email, calendar, and contact databases, but the public demand for apps caused rapid expansion into other areas such as mobile games, factory automation, GPS and location-based services, order tracking, and ticket purchases, so that there are now millions of apps available. Many apps require internet access. Apps are generally downloaded from app stores, which are a type of digital distribution platforms. The term app, short for application, has since become very popular. In 2010, it was listed as Word of the Year by the American Dialect Society. Apps are broadly classified into three types: native apps, hybrid, and web apps. Native applications are designed specifically for a mobile operating system, typically iOS or Android. Web apps are written in HTML5 or CSS and typically run through a browser. Hybrid apps are built using web technologies such as JavaScript, CSS, and HTML5 and function like web apps disguised in a native container. Most mobile devices are sold with several apps bundled as pre-installed software, such as a web browser, email client, calendar, mapping program, and an app for buying music, other media, or more apps. Some pre-installed apps can be removed by an ordinary uninstall process, thus leaving more storage space for desired ones. Where the software does not allow this, some devices can be rooted to eliminate the undesired apps. Apps that are not pre-installed are usually available through distribution platforms called app stores. These may be operated by the owner of the device's mobile operating system, such as the App Store or Google Play Store, by the device manufacturers, such as the Galaxy Store and Huawei App Gallery, or by third parties, such as the Amazon App Store and F-Droid. Usually, they are downloaded from the platform to a target device, but sometimes they can be downloaded to laptops or desktop computers. Apps can also be installed manually, for example by running an Android application package on Android devices. Some apps are freeware, while others have a price, which can be upfront or a subscription. Some apps also include microtransactions and or advertising. In any case, the revenue is usually split between the application's creator and the App Store. The same app can, therefore, cost a different price depending on the mobile platform. Mobile apps were originally offered for general productivity and information retrieval, including email, calendar, contacts, the stock market and weather information. However, public demand and the availability of developer tools drove rapid expansion into other categories, such as those handled by desktop application software packages. As with other software, the explosion in number and variety of apps made discovery a challenge, which in turn led to the creation of a wide range of review, recommendation, and curation sources, including blogs, magazines, and dedicated online app discovery services. In 2014, government regulatory agencies began trying to regulate and curate apps, particularly medical apps. Some companies offer apps as an alternative method to deliver content with certain advantages over an official website. With a growing number of mobile applications available at app stores and the improved capabilities of smartphones, people are downloading more applications to their devices. Usage of mobile apps has become increasingly prevalent across mobile phone users. A May 2012 Comscore study reported that during the previous quarter, more mobile subscribers used apps than browsed the web on their devices, 51.1% versus 49.8% respectively. Researchers found that usage of mobile apps strongly correlates with user context and depends on users' location and time of the day. Mobile apps are playing an ever-increasing role within healthcare and when designed and integrated correctly can yield many benefits. Market research firm Gartner predicted that 102 billion apps would be downloaded in 2013, 91% of them free, which would generate $26 billion in the US, up 44.4% on 2012's $18 billion US. By Q2 2015, the Google Play and Apple stores alone generated $5 billion. An analyst report estimates that the app economy creates revenues of more than €10 billion per year within the European Union, while over 529,000 jobs have been created in 28 EU states due to the growth of the app market. Mobile applications may be classified by numerous methods. A common scheme is to distinguish native, web-based, and hybrid apps. All apps targeted toward a particular mobile platform are known as native apps. Therefore, an app intended for Apple device does not run in Android devices. As a result, most businesses develop apps for multiple platforms. While developing native apps, professionals incorporate best-in-class user interface modules. This accounts for better performance, consistency, and good user experience. Users also benefit from wider access to application programming interfaces and make limitless use of all apps from the particular device. Further, they also switch over from one app to another effortlessly. The main purpose for creating such apps is to ensure best performance for a specific mobile operating system. A web-based app is implemented with the standard web technologies of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Internet access is typically required for proper behavior or being able to use all features compared to offline usage. Most, if not all, user data is stored in the cloud. The performance of these apps is similar to a web application running in a browser, which can be noticeably slower than the equivalent native app. It also may not have the same level of features as the native app. The concept of the hybrid app is a mix of native and web-based apps. Apps developed using Apache Cordova, Flutter, Xamarin, React Native, Sencha Touch, and other frameworks fall into this category. These are made to support web and native technologies across multiple platforms. Moreover, these apps are easier and faster to develop. It involves use of single code base which works in multiple mobile operating systems. Despite such advantages, hybrid apps exhibit lower performance. Often, apps fail to bear the same look and feel in different mobile operating systems. Developing apps for mobile devices requires considering the constraints and features of these devices. Mobile devices run on battery and have less powerful processors than personal computers and also have more features such as location detection and cameras. Developers also have to consider a wide array of screen sizes, hardware specifications, and configurations because of intense competition in mobile software and changes within each of the platforms, although these issues can be overcome with mobile device detection. Mobile application development requires the use of specialized integrated development environments. Mobile apps are first tested within the development environment using emulators and later subjected to field testing. Emulators provide an inexpensive way to test applications on mobile phones to which developers may not have physical access. Mobile user interface, UI, design is also essential. Mobile UI considers constraints and contexts, screen, input, and mobility as outlines for design. The user is often the focus of interaction with their device, and the interface entails components of both hardware and software. User input allows for the users to manipulate a system, and devices output allows the system to indicate the effects of the user's manipulation. Mobile UI design constraints include limited attention and form factors, such as a mobile device's screen size for a user's hand. Mobile UI context signal cues from user activity, such as location and scheduling that can be shown from user interactions within a mobile application. Overall, mobile UI design's goal is primarily for an understandable, user-friendly interface. Mobile UIs, or front ends, rely on mobile backends to support access to enterprise systems. The mobile backend facilitates data routing, security, authentication, authorization, working offline, and service orchestration. This functionality is supported by a mix of middleware components including mobile app servers, mobile backend as a service, MBaaS, and SOA infrastructure. Conversational interfaces display the computer interface and present interactions through text instead of graphic elements. They emulate conversations with real humans. There are two main types of conversational interfaces: voice assistants, like the Amazon Echo, and chatbots. Conversational interfaces are growing particularly practical as users are starting to feel overwhelmed with mobile apps, a term known as app fatigue. David Limp, Amazon Senior Vice President of Devices, says in an interview with Bloomberg, "We believe the next big platform is voice. The three biggest app stores are Google Play for Android, App Store for iOS, and Microsoft Store for Windows 10, Windows 10 Mobile, and Xbox One." Google Play, formerly known as the Android market, is an international online software store developed by Google for Android devices. It opened in October 2008. In July 2013, the number of apps downloaded via the Google Play Store surpassed 50 billion, of the over 1 million apps available. As of September 2016, according to Statista, the number of apps available exceeded 2.4 million. Over 80% of apps in the Google Play Store are free to download. The store generated a revenue of $6 billion in 2015. Apple's App Store for iOS and iPadOS was not the first app distribution service, but it ignited the mobile revolution and was opened on July 10, 2008, and as of September 2016, reported over 140 billion downloads. The original App Store was first demonstrated to Steve Jobs in 1993 by Jesse Taylor at Next World Expo. As of June 6, 2011, there were 425,000 apps available, which had been downloaded by 200 million iOS users. During Apple's 2012 Worldwide Developers Conference, CEO Tim Cook announced that the App Store has 650,000 available apps to download as well as 30 billion apps downloaded from the App Store until that date. From an alternative perspective, figures seen in July 2013 by the BBC from tracking service Adavan indicate over two-thirds of apps in the store are zombies, barely ever installed by consumers. Microsoft Store, formerly known as the Windows Store, was introduced by Microsoft in 2012 for its Windows 8 and Windows root platforms. While it can also carry listings for traditional desktop programs certified for compatibility with Windows 8, it is primarily used to distribute Windows Store apps which are primarily built for use on tablets and other touch-based devices, but can still be used with a keyboard and mouse, and on desktop computers and laptops. Amazon App Store is an alternative application store for the Android operating system. It was opened in March 2011 and as of June 2015, the App Store has nearly 334,000 apps. The Amazon App Store's Android apps can also be installed and run on BlackBerry 10 devices. BlackBerry World is the application store for BlackBerry 10 and BlackBerry OS devices. It opened in April 2009 as BlackBerry App World. Ovi, Nokia, for Nokia phones was launched internationally in May 2009. In May 2011, Nokia announced plans to rebrand its Ovi product line under the Nokia brand, and Ovi Store was renamed Nokia Store in October 2011. Nokia Store will no longer allow developers to publish new apps or app updates for its legacy Symbian and MeeGo operating systems from January 2014. Windows Phone Store was introduced by Microsoft for its Windows Phone platform, which was launched in October 2010. As of October 2012, it has over 120,000 apps available. Samsung Apps was introduced in September 2009. As of October 2011, Samsung Apps reached 10 million downloads. The store is available in 125 countries and it offers apps for Windows Mobile, Android and Bata platforms. The Electronic App Wrapper was the first electronic distribution service to collectively provide encryption and purchasing electronically. F-Droid free and open-source Android app repository. Opera Mobile Store is a platform-independent app store for iOS, Java, BlackBerry OS, Symbian, iOS, and Windows Mobile, and Android-based mobile phones. It was launched internationally in March 2011. There are numerous other independent app stores for Android devices. Mobile Application Management, MAM, describes software and services responsible for provisioning and controlling access to internally developed and commercially available mobile apps used in business settings. The strategy is meant to offset the security risk of a bring-your-own-device, BYOD, work strategy. When an employee brings a personal device into an enterprise setting, Mobile Application Management enables the corporate IT staff to transfer required applications, control access to business data, and remove locally cached business data from the device if it is lost, or when its owner no longer works with the company. Containerization is an alternate approach to security. Rather than controlling an employee's entire device, containerization apps create isolated pockets separate from personal data. Company control of the device only extends to that separate container. Especially when employees bring your own device, BYOD, mobile apps can be a significant security risk for businesses, because they transfer unprotected sensitive data to the internet without knowledge and consent of the users. Reports of stolen corporate data show how quickly corporate and personal data can fall into the wrong hands. Data theft is not just the loss of confidential information, but makes companies vulnerable to attack and blackmail. Professional mobile application management helps companies protect their data. One option for securing corporate data is app wrapping. But there also are some disadvantages like copyright infringement or the loss of warranty rights. Functionality, productivity, and user experience are particularly limited under app wrapping. The policies of a wrapped app cannot be changed. If required, it must be recreated from scratch, adding cost. An app wrapper is a mobile app made wholly from an existing website or platform, with few or no changes made to the underlying application. The wrapper is essentially a new management layer that allows developers to set up usage policies appropriate for app use. Examples of these policies include whether or not authentication is required, allowing data to be stored on the device, and enabling/disabling file sharing between users. Because most app wrappers are often websites first, they often do not align with iOS or Android developer guidelines. Alternatively, it is possible to offer native apps securely through enterprise mobility management. This enables more flexible IT management as apps can be easily implemented and policies adjusted at any time. People use mobile apps for a broad variety of tasks and purposes. These are just some of the many reasons individuals may use apps. Banking, learning, finding driving directions, making calculations, watching movies and television shows, tracking our diets and workouts, keeping in touch via chat apps and social media applications, reading ebooks, listening to music, shopping online, ordering delivery, putting in grocery orders, checking the weather, checking traffic, setting alarms and reminders, taking and editing photos and videos, finding hotel rooms, ordering transportation, translating languages, gaming, managing productivity, dating, Searching for entertainment. Using utility apps such as barcode scanners for nutritional information. Booking travel through virtual agencies. Documenting events in photo books, journals, or travel diaries. In addition to developers creating new mobile apps regularly, individuals can often find new uses for current apps and features. Many businesses can also benefit from using mobile apps. Organizations may use mobile apps to operate more efficiently, file documents, communicate with stakeholders, extend their customer base, offer easier access to products, services, and information to the customer, enable employees to perform business functions outside of the office, employ brand advocacy and awareness, provide customer service, manage inventory, share content and workplace updates, provide increased value to customers. Just as there are more and more uses for mobile apps for the individual, businesses are increasingly finding ways to take advantage of this technology to drive their work forward. There are many popular applications being used worldwide. You can also find these mobile apps in most mobile application stores. Here are some of the most common mobile apps and their typical uses. Microsoft Word. You can access, write, edit, and print documents using Microsoft Word from any device. Facebook. Manage your personal and business pages on this social media platform from all devices. Adobe Photoshop. Edit, enhance, send, and print your photos and videos with Adobe Photoshop. Text Grabber. Translate between any two languages using type, photo, and voice. Duolingo. Learn a new language on this mobile app by talking, listening and typing. Capital One. Manage your banking information, checking account, and credit lines through banking applications such as this one. MyFitnessPal. Log your meals, workout, water consumption, steps, and weight in this health tracking application. Spotify. Browse, download, and listen to music, audiobooks, podcasts and more. Airbnb. Search for hotels, apartments, and rentals worldwide on this booking application. Mobile apps have become increasingly popular over the last several years. Due to this, employment involving working with mobile applications is on the rise. Careers that involve working with apps include app developer. App developers innovate, design and update programs for mobile devices, the web and specific operating systems. UI designer. UI, or user interface designers, design the screens of an application. This is the facing the end users see on their app. Software engineer. Software engineers in the mobile application area create the tools to develop the application software. Instructional technologist. Instructional technologists work with instructors and designers to decide on the best uses for instruction-based technology. Customer support specialist. Customer support specialists provide support and information to customers about business operations, services, and products through mobile application platforms. Mobile app developer. Mobile app developers are software engineers who focus on app development. They create, program, test and maintain mobile application platforms. App support specialist. Mobile application support specialists typically work in a company's IT, information technology, department. These specialists help application users with the ease of use and functionality of the company's software applications. Social media coordinator. Social media coordinators use mobile apps to manage a company's public relations and social presence. They also research marketing trends, post content, and engage with audience members. Brand ambassador. Brand ambassadors use mobile apps to promote and brand and its products and services in an effort to drive traffic. Business managers. Managers in varying departments, such as operations and human resources, sometimes use mobile applications to communicate with employees, partners, clients, and other stakeholders. They may also use mobile apps to manage business functions and increase efficiency. Mobile apps have become central to many people's daily lives. Here are some of the current trends with mobile apps. Many people now use mobile apps more often than traditional desktop computers for digital activities. Most of the roughly 8 billion people in the world can report some sort of access to mobile applications. Mobile app technology seems to continue increasing in popularity. Some estimates predict there to soon be hundreds of billions of annual mobile app downloads. As mobile apps become more popular, people may also increase their spending on different apps. This is already a large market that can connect potential consumers worldwide, and some trends show that the financial value of mobile apps can keep increasing. Thank you for watching this video.